Alright, YouTube. Today we are here with the dreaded security light flashing and the truck not wanting to start. And I've spent all day on this. Did a lot of reading, a lot of YouTube watching, and I believe I've come to the determination that my Passlock sensor is faulty. Never had any issues before, and all of a sudden the truck would just I had to be towed home because it wouldn't start and the security light would flash. So I got my scanner on it, and it was saying that there's a problem with the key in the ignition. So, I mean, there's nothing wrong. The key itself is not coded. See, there's different Passlock systems. There's Passlock 1, 2, and 3. And then there's regular Passlock where the ignition cylinder itself is coded. And I'm about to show you what that looks like. So, I just want to go over real quick. One thing I did see, whenever you search on YouTube for the code, I had the trouble code. There's a few videos that pop up on how to disable or bypass the Passlock. And there's one kid there with a Blazer Jimmy ZR2, and he shows this wire that he bought off of eBay, and he tells you don't buy the wire, you can just tag these things together. But the wire he bought requires you to cut this yellow wire, which is a signal back to the ECM, and it has a splicer wire. It's got a little piercer that pierces this brown wire. So basically what you're doing is you're tying the yellow to the ECM into this brown. Okay. And he was going on and on about the wire costs $30. Don't buy it. You can just splice them together, do the same thing. But he didn't actually try that himself. He went ahead and used the wire he bought off eBay. Well, I tried it, and I didn't get good results at all, because whenever I cut this wire and I spliced it into that wire with a bulldog connector, I read on the scan tool at that point that the security system detected a short in my Passlock sensor, and then it changed the state of my ignition to tamper. So at this point now the computer is totally locked down, and it thinks that somebody's tampering with the ignition, which I am. So the point I'm at now, I put the wire back together, and I can start the truck, but it's not going to last for long, and I'll show you why in a second. Let's go ahead and start the truck, and I'll show you what's going on. So we start the truck. Okay, my security light is on. Okay. So right now it is telling the ECM that it needs to relearn the Passlock. Okay, but then I'm going to be back to square one, because it's going to go try to learn this thing and it's no good. So we're going to be right back where we started. So I just went ahead and I bought new parts. I didn't get AC Delco like I wanted because nobody had it. I had to settle for Dorman, which I'm not too keen on. We'll see how it goes. And while I'm in there, I might as well just put in a whole new lock cylinder for shits and giggles, and just be done with the whole mess. New lock cylinder. And the way that this Passlock system works, like I said, the cylinder itself is coded, okay? So here's our new cylinder. This is a magnet right here. This is a magnet, and this is basically a Hall effect sensor. It reads magnetic codes. And you know, the magnet's not going to go bad. So the sensor is in here. So we're going to change it out and do a relearn procedure, and then we'll come back. Alright guys, a little follow-up video after the work has been complete. I've got my new ignition column sensor in there, and I went ahead and replaced my lock cylinder as well. Here's my old one. And as soon as I was done with the procedure, you can see from my scan tool, it's reading right now even though the key's off. But you can see the data voltage, 2.86. Now, before it was just reading 5 volts. I know the range says 0 to 15, but I believe it's a 5 volt reference. So it was reading full 5 volts, and the Passlock code was reading open. So I believe this module went open circuit. It just failed. But you can see it now. It's reading a proper voltage, and it says valid code 6. So it learned the code, and I don't have my security light on no more. It starts right up, everything's good to go. So if I just wanted to make this video real quick to show you what the problem was. It was the Passlock sensor, and also I believe if you find that video, I'm not good at YouTube editing, so I'm not good at posting links to other videos and stuff in my videos. But if you see that video of the kid with the ZR2 Blazer and talking about just using straight wires, the reason why that wire from YouTube that he bought from eBay cost $30, if you look at the wire, it's got a pinch connector on this end. It's got some other kind of pinch connector on this end, and it's got a section in the middle about this long with some blue heat shrink on it. And I believe underneath that heat shrink, you're going to find a resistor, because that's a common component in all of GM's Passlock, whether it's 1, 2, 3 or the Passlock coated cylinder like I have. There's a specific value. Okay, there's a, you know, I'm not sure exactly how it works. I know that this key cylinder is magnetic, like I showed you. And then this is a Hall effect sensor from what I understand. So it reads that this magnet, when it sends power, I guess, through here, energizes the magnet somehow. It emits a certain frequency, and that's the resistance or something similar to that, you know. And mine went open circuit. It couldn't read the magnet or do anything. But, so just straight jumpering it, it actually made my scan tool show short. It actually said Passlock state short, as in short circuited. The voltage went straight to 0, and then the whole thing really did shut down and went into tamper mode. So just running a straight wire in there is not going to do it for you either. Now you could probably do the wire together, and I'm sure somewhere on the internet somebody has put together a resistance or resistor code chart to show you what resistor you could probably put in line with those lines, and then you could go through the relearn procedure, and it would learn that and work that away. But I'm not going to go through all that. I'm the kind of guy, I want reliability. I want to be able to jump in my truck and go. So you know what? I just bought a new part, stuck it in there, works great. So that's it. Just wanted to show y'all that it worked.